I don't have to say it. Guys, it's Weds. We got update 1.36 currently live. There are 3 notable things that I want to highlight before we go diving into the full update. So first of all, swords. A lot of people have been waiting for swords, so let's go through it. So the first thing you need to do, you need to go and talk to the data analyst, and he's going to talk to you and basically give you a little quest. And once he gives you the little quest, the second step is going to be do a mission, and then it's going to be the void vessel. So you're going to come over here. You can see it on the map as well, but you come to this little machine right here, and then you go through it, and you can see there's something different. So there is the medium-sized facility zone, and that's the mission that you have to do. Now, there is normal and hard. You need to do it on normal first, otherwise it is not going to count as far as my experience. So do it on normal first, and then if you want to do it on hard, you can. But you just click on this right here, and then that gives you the option to start the mission, whether you want to do it start it private or do it in public, then that's up to you. Then at the end of the mission, then you have a chance to open a box, and that will give you the parts for the swords, whichever one that you decide that you want to go for first. So by doing that, this is how you are going to be able to grind for the swords. And also the materials that you are going to need to craft the swords or research the parts are also going to be in that mission. And the most important one, at least, are going to be in that mission, because without them, you won't be able to craft. So you are going to spend some time in the medium-sized facility zone to actually get this done. Now, another thing you have to notice, so if you want to go to the old version of Void Vessel, so you click on this one, and you can see this is the old version where you can get the dog and stuff. So don't do the wrong one. So make sure that you do the medium-sized facility zone. That way you don't mess up. But again, do it on normal first. Now, the next notable things that I want to highlight is the reactor change. Now, for the reactor change, if we go to reactor, now as you notice on top where it says skill power boost ratio, there is no more weapon implant that you have to put in there for you to get the full power of the skill. So that is gone, that is removed. So this is the big change, and for that reason they compensate everybody. So just make sure you check your mail to see if you get the compensation already. Just make sure you check your mail. So they give you 3 crystallization catalysts for it, so just be happy for that. So that's some free stuff. Now, the next notable thing I want to mention is the new event that is a login event. So the Albion Harvest Festival, and login every day. There is 35 days it's going to be available, but the whole thing is 28 days. So as long as you log in for 28 days, then you should get all the rewards that are available. So that is a big thing. Just make sure you log in and then get your free stuff. Now let's go to the update and go to the details. First, we have the October non-issues. So they are right here. Guys, link will be in the description for you for both of the updates. And this one I'm just going through, so that way you know they have some issues that they know about and they are working on them. Now for the actual update. So it's update 1.3.6. And the first thing that we talked about were the melee weapons, the swords. And I already showed you how you can acquire them. And that is that. So they explain the swords to you, how they're going to work. And for the unique ability, the first one is the Shadow. That's the small one. And you also have the Deus Ex Manus. And those are the 2 swords. And they showed you how they are going to work. So until you get them to try them, so I'm not going to waste your time reading everything that is there. But just know that, just go grind for the sword and try them out and see if you like them. The next thing is the Event Pass Sword Pass. That is basically a little battle pass that you will see in the Battle Pass option, which I'm going to show you in a minute. So when it is available, it's going to be in the same area with the Battle Pass, but it's just that right now, because of issues, it is not available. So just be aware of that, and it will be available tomorrow, October 2nd, 2025, and it's going to be a hot fix for it. Now, for that little battle pass that I'm talking about, when it becomes available, as you can see, there are challenges that they say that are not going to apply. So if you do anything today, it's not going to count when they show you everything here. Now, important thing is that for this thing, it's going to be on the same area as the battle pass like I showed you. And also, you can buy it with caliber, or you can just play mission. Like, for instance, I say instead of purchasing Sword Pass, you may also complete missions and get Sword Pass EXP. So you technically don't have to pay for it if you don't want to. Just play the game and then you get the benefit. And they showed you a lot of information. Again, we're not going to waste a lot of time on this. Link will be in the description for you to read. And this is also where you can get some skin for the weapons. And yeah. Now, next, we're going to talk about the Void Vessel. I already mentioned that earlier. You are going to do this in the medium-sized facility zones. That's where you are going to get the swords. And as you can see right here, it says you can enter this map through the Albion, like I said before. And it can also now be accessed by pressing the Void Vessel 072, like I showed you earlier as an example. Now, for the old Void Vessel, like I showed you, it is a different one, and it is called the Sunbridge Zone. So if you want to access this one, that's how you are going to do that. And then for the medium-sized facility, you can do it on normal or hard. So if you are new to the games, in order for you to access this, you need to have Mastery Rank 13 in order for you to do that. And in order for you to play on hard difficulty, it requires rank 15. It is a new area, a new mission. I really like it. It's something new, something different from what we are used to with the normal Void Vessel. So just pay attention. Don't be running around and falling and dying and all that stuff, because there are some trap ready for you to fall, etc., etc. Now, one thing to remember when you're doing this in public matchmaking, just hopefully you don't have people that are just running and then just start the boss fight and not letting you open the boxes. And these boxes are going to be what you are going to need to get materials so you can craft those parts. Now, talking about the Void Vessel missions and getting the sword, just remember always to target those things. So if you target these things, then you're going to make progress. And it's going to make it easier for you to get the parts, like you can see me doing here. So just make sure you target them. Don't target too many at a time, because the way they change things, the more parts you have, the harder it is going to be for you to get those things. So in order for you to target this thing, just go to weapon and then just look for the swords, whichever one. So let's go here. Let's say, for instance, this one, the Shadow Sword. So click on it. And then find the part that you want to target. Now find the part that you want to target and then just click on acquisition info. Then you're going to have the option to do so right here. So you have the option to use the spoil box option, just like we were doing for Luna and other stuff in the Axion. And you also have the option to do it through the Void Vessel. As you can see right here, it says Void Vessel Medium. It shows you exactly which mission that you have to do. So if you decide to target, then just click the right button. For me, it's the right trigger, and then it will put it on the bar, and then you can track it that way. So every time that you fail to have a part, then you're going to make some progress, like you see on the bar right here. So for me, I've done it a couple times. So I got 10% for the Deus Ex, and I also have 3.7% for this one right here. So just make sure you target farming to make things a lot easier for you. Next, we have the new Void NSF battle, the Abyss, and yeah. So, new boss. Just go out there and get into the fight and do it. So I can't wait to see somebody with their doggone sword and trying to one-shot those things. So you know how it is in this community. Somebody's going to find a way to use this sword to one-shot this boss. So we'll have to wait and see if that happens. Now, this is also a big change that I want to highlight. So the change in the opening sites of Amorphous material. This is huge. Now, I congratulate new players, because for us veteran player, we had to go through a lot of process to get this. So now with this, let me show you exactly without reading all the stuff. So if we go inside the game, I'm going to show you how this actually works. This is so cool. So when you come to Anais and you're going to come here, there's a little machine here and you use this machine right here and then just ship material. And then whatever you have here, so remember you have to go fight things and then just go and open them in the world. Now you can come here. Let's say I want to see this one right here. So there are a lot of rewards you can get from here. Just click on it. And you have the option to use shape stabilizer and you can do it continuously. So if I click shape, and you can see that you can get your reward this way. So instead of you going and fight a boss on Reactor boss and stuff like that, then you can just come here to Anais. As long as you have the Amorphous material, then you'll be able to get your reward. Or you can use this option to just continue doing it until you run out of Amorphous material. Again, you can always use your shape stabilizer if you decide. You just click on it and then just shape and you are good to go. Especially if you are trying to grind for crystallization catalyst. And it's always a good thing. And it is a lot easier to do that nowadays. So I am very happy for this change. All right, that is that. And then they have new trigger modules they added, 3 new ones. And yeah. Again, guys, a link will be in the description for you. So I am just trying to make sure that we go through the most important things so we don't waste a lot of time. And then Descendant, rebalance and improvement. They rebalance a few Descendants. So we got Kyle first. You can see what's going on right here. Yeah, guys, link will be in the description. You can just read those and see what changes, especially if this is a character that you play. Just go and read it and see what changes they made for your favorite character. And we also have Ajax. Cooldown. Yeah. And then we have Esimo. Bunny somewhere down there. And then you got Bunny. Now, I know a lot of people love Bunny, so I'm just spending a little time on this one. You got Thrill Bomb, can now be used while sprinting. Electricity cost from 100 to 120. That's not a buff. That seems like a nerf. And then for the skill power, you go from, for 10% electricity retain, you get 15% to 17%. And then the damage, that's a buff. You can see you go from 887 to 1636. So that's a huge buff. And also for the max hits, that's also a buff. Anyway. So if you are a bunny enjoyer, then yeah, be happy for some good changes. And we have for Luna, updated, they say adjusted firearm, max damage of explosive inspiration effect from Ultimate Luna's Battlefield Artist module. Alright, max damage multiplier from 150% to 210%, that's a buff. They added a charm, a new skill type to remix skill, which can be used upon equipping Ultimate Luna's Battlefield Artist module. So that Battlefield Artist module is seeing some changes. Anyway, these are some other things for Luna. And then for Miscellaneous here, new external components. They added new external components. The name is Manus, 2-piece. You get melee weapon attack. And then 4-piece, 1 stack of nice willpower. Alright, so just go in game and test it out. And mutant cells, they added 9 new mutant cells. Alright, so more power. And photo mode, for those of you guys that are into that kind of stuff, yeah. And for the melee weapons, again, we already showed you how to get the weapons, and nothing's changed as far as how to craft them. Just go to Anais and do your thing, and you should be good to go. Again, don't forget to target those things so you can get those weapons a lot faster. Anyway, that's that. And now for leaderboard ranking reward. Alright, for those of you guys that are into that kind of stuff, it is there for you. And the Field Colossus battle, added Field Colossus Executioner to Axion Plains. All right, so they add more in action planes. Anyway, for arcade tuning, because we have the new weapon, so they had to make some adjustments. So they added some stats in the nodes for those weapons, just to adjust for those weapons. And then stats, two new stats have been added. All right. Okay. All right. And then here with the addition of melee weapons, names of some stats have been changed. Okay. All right. All right. Now, guys, for events, we already touched on this one right here where you can log in every day for 28 days and you get all the rewards. They have more events that are going to start starting tomorrow. But today we just get that one that is available. So if we go to the event page, and you can see those major events. So you got this one that we already talked about. And they have new sector exploration. It's going to start on October 2nd, which is tomorrow, and November. And you also have the General Store of Dreams from October 16th to November 12th. So yeah, all these are here. Again, guys, the link will be in the description for you and for you to just go and check them out and see what's going on with those missions. So we don't want to spend too much time. That would require too much time, but there's a lot going on and they will starting tomorrow. And now for the shop, we cannot have an update without having the shop available. So they selling some bundles. And anyway, for improvement, modify some action missions. So hopefully things get better for people to get the parts that they need in actions. Modules, the maximum capacity of module inventory is increased. So we're getting more space to hoard modules. So that's cool. An extra 500. It's good stuff. And for collectibles, they changed some components of common collectible box and premium collectible boxes. Good stuff. And now for collectibles, they removed some collectibles. So I know a lot of people are going to be sad, but they say they will re-release them. So we'll see. So if there was something that you were trying to get and you don't see it anymore, then hopefully when they re-release them, then you should be able to get your stuff. Anyway. Added exchange collectibles product. Yada, yada, yada. And now for UI, UX, they made some improvement. All right. All right, more details about the shop right here for you guys. All right, don't see anything too important. All right, in social aspect for partying with other people, yeah, they made some changes, some improvement to make your experience more enjoyable. So that's what all this is talking about. They also make some changes for social tags. It will be changed to following 76 types, including some tags in the existing battle category. All the other tags will be deleted. So I guess they taken away some tags. Yeah, 76. Okay. All right, they make some improvement. And then for the reactor, like I already talked about earlier in the beginning, yeah, so it's a big change. And they also give you some rewards just for doing that. So the reactor, we're not going to spend too much time. We're going to talk about this. And remember, they have a date where you can claim this thing. So just make sure you go to the mail and get your stuff. All right, and then in the miscellaneous and for the reactor, because we have some changes on that, so related awards have been changed. So previously we have reactor implants 2 times. Now they changed it where it's going to be memory sync at an arcade trace 20 times. So more work for you. All right. Anyways, changes because of the reactor are active. Also, change the Metal Wars names and conditions. Yeah, okay. Alright, now let's go to bug fixes. Anyway, let's see if there's anything interesting here. But anyway, you can see it here on screen. I'm letting it slow down a little bit. That way you can see it. Anyway, Descendant. All right. So I didn't have to say anything. I let you see it. All right, guys. That is it. Hopefully this helps you out. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I will see you guys in the next one.